rush in when you come to me, cause I'm weird, I'm a one of a kind, and I'll bring death to the place you're about to be. Another river of blood running under my feet.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another amazing episode brought to you by Games Glitches. And in today's episode, we're gonna quickly take a look at the merchants and all of the resets that have happened on January 6th, so you don't really have to waste your own time running around. I do this quite frequently and actually every week, unless the loot sucks so bad that I don't even want to fucking touch the merchants. But this time around, loot doesn't suck so bad, so I figured what. So if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you click like, helps the channel grow. So without any further ado, let's jump into the fun. Right here we have a special equipment vendor. We have a Liberator, which kind of has okay talents, but honestly I would not get it. Way too electronics heavily dependent. Even though the damage per bullet is nice, the talents are fucking garbage. Excuse my language. Valkyrie is terrible. Hysterian is terrible this time around. Police Magnum is, well, also kind of terrible. I mean, unless you want a nice pistol or just for the collection's sake, I would get it because it has Vicious. But otherwise, I would not touch this with a 10-foot pole. Then we got a Navy MP5 with a Vicious, Capable, and Ferocious, which is actually pretty fucking good. But again, the problem with this is the fact that it has a low end on the bullet damage, so I would honestly not use it. And also on top of that, it's the accuracy ain't that good on it. So honestly, I would not get it, especially for 1248. Now we have enhanced ACRE with Meticulous, Brutal, and Unforgiving. It's not a bad assault rifle. I mean, it has decent as damage per bullet. It has actually very nice talents. The only thing I would replace is the talent Meticulous out of it. If you guys would get it, because Meticulous seems a little bit useless to me considering the fact how much electronics you need. And they're way better talents that work way better for this weapon. Then we got Black Market SASG with a Predatory, Adept, and Accurate. This is actually not a bad shotgun, ladies and gentlemen. Actually really good. I like the Predatory, one of my most favorite talents. Adept, I would re-roll into Armor Destruction. And Accurate, I would, I guess, keep. I mean, for 1248, if you have no other shotgun or no other shotguns, it's not bad. But honestly, I found way better in the Dark Zone Survival anything. This is honestly like pure garbage. SRS A1, talented, capable, and swift. Again, garbage. MG5 with Predator, prepared, swift, and destructive. This is what I was talking about, destructive, the talent for towards the armor destruction. Destructive, honestly, it's also a piece of shit. It's very low on the end of the bullet damage, and its talents are not that good, So honestly, I would not get nothing from this merchant. Maybe I would consider a Liberator, but not even that. Not even that. Right now I'm located at Advanced Weaponry Vendor upstairs. We got our Pacan with Swift, Destructive, and Ferocious, which is actually not bad this year. If you didn't get a Pacan before, you could take a look into this one. This one is actually pretty freaking decent. Cassidy is a POS. Centurion this week is also a piece of shit. Tactical AUG, Unforgiving, responsive, and commanding. Also, honestly, garbage. Not even gonna pretend here. Responsive, talented, and brutal on military SA58 is also garbage. Shotgun for military M870. This one is actually not bad for the simple reason that it has a very high bullet damage. But honestly, and the fact that it has Ferocious, and Ferocious on it. But everything else is completely garbage, in my opinion. Honestly, would not really worth it. Surplus SVD, again, actually this time around, it's not that bad. It has actually very decent bullet damage, and it has deadly and dominant on it. But again, not worth really. I mean, since you're not really wasting Phoenix credit and you're wasting the regular money, maybe if you want it, but otherwise I would not honestly get it. MG5 this time around is also a piece of shit here. As you can see, very low on the DPS and has crap talents, determined, fierce, and commanding. Now we have our quick release magazines here. This is honestly none of these kind of really worth it. Maybe the large suppressor, but then again I wouldn't really get it since there are much better stuff that drops everywhere else. At the tactical weapon vendor, a tactical vector 45, I mean, it has unforgiving, vicious, and destructive. Quite amazing talents, seriously, for a tactical vector. But the problem is, unless you're using an alpha bridge with it with another submachine gun, vectors are no longer viable in combat. They're a piece of shit, honestly. So we will just keep moving on. Now let's take a look at our next merchant while we're right here. This merchant has tactical gloves, which honestly are crap also. Both of these merchants seem to have, well, purely crap. Let's take a look at our... And now we're located at one of the bases, safe houses, the last call. Right here we have our merchant, and right here we have a lightweight M4. This lightweight M4 is actually pretty good, especially if you're using Alpha Bridge. It got deadly, vicious, and capable. Honestly, you could replace capable with something else, that's active and use that. But these talents are quite amazing. If you combine this with Alpha Bridge with another assault rifle, you could have actually an amazing 6 talent weapon. If you haven't gotten an M4 before this in the previous weeks, I would highly recommend getting this one, in case you missed the other ones. Now, at the firewall vendor safe house, we have actually a very interesting prototype stamina arm, which is very, very good. Stamina arm. Not sure why I said that. Okay, it's a very nice prototype stamina mod. It has 253 health and 256 armor. It's covering both health and armor aspects. So if you're looking for that heavy tank build, this is the prototype stamina mod for you. Most definitely a must-have, especially the fact that it's only 160k. That's dirt cheap, very cheap. Seriously, very, very cheap. Right here at this PvP checkpoint, the most important item that you could obtain is the classic AK47. I would honestly recommend this if you have the money. I'm kind of low on funds because I've been buying shit left and right. If you should get it if you have the funds. It has predatory, responsive, and unforgiving. It's actually quite an amazing role for this weapon, and it's considering it's an assault rifle with Alpha Bridge, it would work quite amazingly. So if you're looking for that one weapon that that is a classic AK47 and with very good talents, and you have a lot of DZ funds, feel free to get this one because it's actually quite amazing. Everything else kind of from this merchant is honestly, well, fucking garbage. Now, right now I'm located in DZ4. Right here is one of the important things that I have found is prototype firearm mod. Why is this mod important? Because it gives both firearms and very good amount of armor. I would highly recommend it because if you're not capped at armor, and armor is extremely important right now in the world of Division, for you to check out this prototype firearm because you won't be losing out on DPS, but you'll definitely be gaining on quite a nice chunk of armor. At DZ5, right here we have weapon mods. We have a high velocity magazine, Omega rifle suppressor, hand stop FDE, Russian red dot sight. Honestly, I would not recommend any of these mods, but if you do need them, I figured I cover them just in case so you could see where they're sold. This is in DZ5. Now let's head to DZ6. Now I'm located in DZ6, and honestly speaking, there is nothing good in DZ6 also. There is a decent frontline piece, but honestly, that's pretty much it. There's nothing else here that is good this week at all. I'm severely disappointed with Dark Zone loot this week because, well, it's kind of garbage. Thank you all again for watching this amazing video on what merchants sell this week. I do this every week. I try to do it as soon as the merchants reset. Because I do it in high quality videos, it takes me a little longer to process them. If you enjoyed this video and if you click like now, I will send you this amazing bike right here. This bike will be mailed to you straight to your house once you click like. Thank you all again for watching and have a wonderful new year.